Hi everyone, welcome back to another video, and today we're continuing on with the Dwarf quest here in Lakeland. So if you remember from last time, we started getting to work on the Rolling Tankards, and apparently the key to creating good fuel for a tank is just by getting drunk. Right, the next quest is called I Heard You Like Tanks. Ron appears to have something in his eye. You cannot be certain because of his helmet, but it may be a twinkle. It's time to work on the most interesting part of the Rolling Tankard's design, the cannon. Me and the others have a few things to go over first, so come and join us in the usual place. Oh wait, this is the usual place? It's like, what, 5 steps? But those bastard sin eaters won't even get the chance to test our defenses if we blow our heads off first. That's why we need a cannon. The bigger the better. Of course, there were no sin eaters back in Watts' time, but with a bit of thrall ingenuity... Hold it right there! Aren't you afraid I'll steal your secrets? And why did you even invite me to this meeting in the first place? Well, you want me to finish building these tanks, don't you? Our reasons might be different, but we're working towards the same goal. Yeah, besides, you've already built the brewery, the ethanol mill, and shared a bunch of your secrets with us. You're on board now, whether you like it or not. I didn't agree to become one of your lackeys. I come and go as I please. And how do I know all this stuff about sin eaters isn't some elaborate ruse? You could be building these war machines to attack Comra. Well, we weren't planning to, but now that you mention it... Also, that's a load of claptrap and you know it. If we wanted to invade Comra, it'd be as easy as snatching the helmet off a baby and we wouldn't need no tanks neither. We just want to help people, that's all. Ain't that right? That's all very noble, I'm sure. But I'm only here for one thing, Watts' hammer. If getting my hands on it means I have to help with your idiotic plan, so be it. Idiotic, that's rich coming from you. And maybe you should wait till I finish explaining about the cannon before you start judging. You mean to say sin eaters won't run away even if they're injured? Watts' beard, what have we gotten ourselves into? Why injure them when you can kill them outright? They won't be getting up again if you blast them to smithereens. Nice bit of gunpowder should do the trick, but I wouldn't trust you thralls not to blow yourselves to bits in the process. Claire, you fought sin eaters, haven't you? Got any suggestions? Yeah, why not? A beam of pure energy. It'll look pretty, too. So, we can destroy sin eaters and look good while we do it? Well, it's got my vote. The only method I can think of would be to charge a crystal with ether and then release it all in one go. Though I hate to say it, but this is rather outside my field of expertise. Why don't you ask that Lorathia lady over at Clearmelt? She used to be an engineer. It's worth a try, I guess. I'd feel a lot better if you came with me, for moral support, like. To tell the truth, I find her a bit intimidating. Anyway, let's get going. Well, if she's intimidating, it's because you keep calling her old. He has a lot to learn about the girls, I can see. It's been a while since we met, and I can't for the life of me remember how they take their tea. Phew, thank the gods you're here. I was afraid I'd have to talk to her by myself. Ah well, here goes nothing. Hi-ho, old crone. Bloody hells, I see your manners haven't improved since the last time we met. Ugh. Whatever it is you came to say, spit it out. I've got guests arriving soon. You want to fit the tanks with ether cannons, so you do have more than sawdust in that head of yours. Seems like a backhanded compliment to me, but I'll take it all the same. Though I must admit, I'm not used to working with ether and whatnot. Don't suppose you know anything about it. As a matter of fact, I'm the one who designed the crystal cannons lining the wall of the crystarium. Nah, you're pulling my leg. I've had a lot of strange coincidences lately, but that's not even remotely feasible. Wait, you're serious, aren't you? Of course I am, but if you want me to share my secrets, you better make it worth my while. I know where this is leading. You're gonna send us to the ends of the earth on some godforsaken errand just to test our resolve, aren't you? Yeah, that's usually how it works. No, you bloody idiot, that's not what I meant at all. Listen, I have some friends coming over for tea, and I want the pair of you to join us. Tea? That's slightly less perilous than I was expecting, but what does that have to do with anything? If you shut your pie-hole, you might find out. My guests are twin sisters who supply caravans run the length and breadth of Nordront. I reckon they'll have more than a passing interest in buying those tanks of yours. Buy? You mean to tell me we could make a profit off these tanks? I was just planning to give them away for nothing, but I might as well take the opportunity to line my pockets. Really? How'd you make it this far? It's clear your friend's not much of a businessman, so you better do the talking. I still have a few things to prepare before my guests arrive, so give me a few moments, would you? All I have to do is shut up and let you handle it, so why am I so nervous? Yeah, he really does not understand how these things work. You can tell he's had a sheltered life. Now that everything's in order, we're ready to begin. Try not to look so tense, dear. Your mission, should you choose to accept it, is to engage Lorathia's guests in polite conversation and extol the virtues of Ronet's master plan. Choose the best responses and generate interest in the Rolling Tankard. This coming together of great minds, plus Ronet's, will take several minutes. You may wish to cancel any pending duty finder resignation. I noticed that she's nicer to us than Ronet's, though you can't really blame her. He calls her Old Crone. That's how he refers to her by. What a pleasure it is to make your acquaintance. Lorathia tells us you're in the transportation business, much like Kobleva and I. Yes, we were rather hoping you would help us with a little problem we've been having of late. Hordes of ravenous sin-eaters, terribly irritating, as I'm sure you can imagine. Is it true that you and yours are presently engaged in the construction of some sort of vehicle capable of warding off such assailants? It transports goods safely while repelling all manner of threats. Well, that does sound rather impressive. This could be precisely what we need. If any sin-eaters show up, the Rolling Tankards can deal with them before they get anywhere near. Seems like you got away with words. Keep this up and they'll be putty in our hands. Probably best not to say that too loudly, Ronet. It does occur to me, however, that this all seems awfully complicated. Those used to working with Amaro may struggle to operate these vehicles of yours. I like the second one, but Probably not a good business idea, so the controls are manned by a purpose-built automaton. The wonders of modern technology never cease to amaze me. Machines driving machines, whatever next? That's a surprisingly good idea. If all it takes is giving instruction to the automaton, anyone could do it. Quite an elegant solution, I must say. You just made that up, didn't you? Ah, well, we can work all that out later. For now, carry on doing what you're doing. While this is all very intriguing, young Ronnet, I would feel much more comfortable doing business with you if I could see your face, that I may better read your intentions. Though I do not doubt your sincerity, consider it a matter of courtesy. You want me to take off my helmet? But... Oh, I would love to see him dance up on the table, but no, you can't do that. Dwarven law prohibits it. Oh, I beg your pardon. That was incredibly rude of me. We are, much to our embarrassment, unfamiliar with Dwarven customs. You are very kind to intervene and prevent any further impertinence on our part. Thanks, Claire. If you weren't here, I don't know what I would have done. Well, I think we've covered most of the pertinent points. There is, however, one last thing we would like to ask before we reach a decision. What do you think we sisters value most in all the world?
Your answer,
please. Honesty is important, but something tells me they're much more for the excitement. I mean, they're friends with Lorathia. The perfect answer! What would life be like without a little excitement? And what could be more exciting than an ambitious new enterprise, such as the one you are proposing? It seems that with our business acumen and your tanks, we have a match made in the heavens. Aha! We did it! And they've really taken a shine to you, it seems. Arivola and Kolbivala's joyous response bodes well for Ronnet and his Rolling Tankards. You have almost certainly secured buyers for his tanks, provided they reach completion. Of course, seeing is believing. Once the tanks are finished, you should put on a demonstration. We'd all be interested to see those artificial cannons in action, but actually getting them up and running will be no easy task, I assure you. Lucky for you, I know just the man to point you to the right direction. I'll write you a letter of introduction requesting he help you in this little endeavor. Lorathia always serves such wonderful tea, and the scenery here is to die for. Is that distant rumbling of tanks I hear? Or perhaps I'm getting ahead of myself. Are we done yet? All this being polite warned me out. You barely talked the whole time! Give this letter to Rosnod and Ballistics. He looks a bit imposing, but he's friendly enough. Then again, if it's you doing the asking, I'm sure he'd be more than happy to help. One of these days, the people of Norvont be climbing over each other for the chance to do me a favor. Just you wait and see. But until then, I've got a lot of work ahead of me, so let's get going. I've known Rosnard since he was knee-high to a puka. Wait, do they even have knees? I have no idea. So, yep, he's in the Crystarium. Let's just teleport straight back there. And honestly, Ronnet, I mean, if you want people to be doing you favors, you gotta be polite. You barely talked the whole time. You had us do all the work. So this lady here actually designed those cannons all along the wall. That's cool. Alright, let's head to the Amaro landing. Oh no, wait, no. Oh, darn, I went to the Rookery instead. Okay, here we go. Gotta be around here. There! Crystal cannon? Check. Big man? Check. This must be the place. Greetings, what can I do for you this fine day? Some may wonder why, in this day and age, people still rely on such outdated forms of communication and have not upgraded to something more modern, such as smoke signals, for example. Haha! And blow their bloody heads off. That's the plan, anyway. Oh, with the ether-based firepower you're after, I have just the thing, right behind me as it happens. This model was mass-produced and installed along the perimeter of the Crystarium, specifically to deal with the Senator assaults. Those bastards soon gave up the ghost after a blast of concentrated ether to the face. I like the sound of that. I can't take the credit for these crystal cannons, though. Lorathia was the one who originally designed them. I suppose you could call her my mentor. If she says I'm to assist you, who am I to refuse? Now let's see about getting you copies of our cannon blueprints. Pleasant surprise, I take it? Ha! That's the Lorathia I know. And that sharp tongue and piercing gaze, she's one of the most caring people you'll ever meet. I expect she appreciates what you're doing, especially considering what happened at Holminster. Not to mention that we in the Crystarium owe much and more to you for restoring the night sky. It's not every day we get the chance to aid the warrior of darkness herself. At any rate, every senator your tanks put down is one less for our soldiers to deal with, so sharing the plans for the crystal cannons is the least we can do. In the meantime, I'll look forward to hearing of your success. It won't be long before the tales of the Rolling Tankards are on the lips of everyone in Norvrot. Many thanks, Rosard. Come on, Claire. We've got cannons to build. To the anvil! When Lorathia was here, she spent about half her time working and the other half drinking tea. She still got more done than the rest of us put together, though. She's like one of those stubborn old ladies who is set in her ways and yet she knows she's better than everyone else. I want to be just like that when I'm old. Especially with the part with the wicked tongue and awesome sense of humor. Alright, we're back in the open. Let's head back and see what they have to say. I swear, everywhere we go, people treat you like you're some sort of hero. I suppose being a hero's most trusted friend is the next best thing, so I'll settle for that. Having said that, when it comes to building these tanks, you're still my assistant. Ha! So it just so happens I've got some work for you. There's more to these cannons than just crystal, as you can probably guess. In fact, there's so many different parts it makes my head spin just thinking about it. I reckon there are a few things you can put together for me, though. Shouldn't be too hard for someone as skilled as you. As usual, you'll find everything you need in the Fetchomatic Megatode. And if not, well, you're a clever lass. You'll come up with something. I don't know if I should take that as a compliment or not. Beep. Request for materials acknowledged. Alright, so So we have the, where is it? Crystal Canyon Supplies. There we go. Well, don't keep me in suspense. The various components and concoctions contained within this crate will one day go on to form some of the most advanced weaponry in Norvrot. No doubt the crate itself will look back on the time as one of the highlights of its career. Oh man, I love these dwarfs. Like, these quests are funny. Heh, looks like all that time spent around a master engineer like me is paying off. Sure, keep telling yourself that. Once I built and fine-tuned the cannon, the prototype tanks will be ready. After that, just a matter of producing more of the same as quickly and cheaply as possible. Not that I'll be cutting any corners, mind. Oh, how cute! With the final piece of the puzzle, the crystal cannon, in place, the Rolling Tankard prototypes is all but complete. However, this marks only the beginning of Ronet's plan, as it will take more than a single tank to ensure the safe transportation of goods to and from various locations across Norvrot. So it looks like we could undertake more quests today, so I think we'll go ahead and watch those. And, ooh, a wider range of selection from Mizut. We're almost there. I can't believe it. I was tempted to skip the testing phase and declare it complete, but it might be a bit embarrassing if it were to blow up in front of everyone because of some minor oversight. Nothing like an unplanned explosion to ruin your reputation. Yeah, you kinda have to agree with that. And we have the Iron Frog Keeper. Oh, okay, it's a housing item. Anything else? No. So this diminutive automaton has ample space for storing and energy-rich crystals of dismembered knockers and other useful objects. Ooh, an S rank has also been found. Okay, targets required. Frigate is looking for things to blast into bitty pieces. Do you know what the most important part of test firing cannons is? Having wagon loads of destructible targets. If you're not blowing things into tiny pieces, then you're not really test firing. We've been cobbling a few dummies together whenever we get a spare moment, but there never seems to be enough. So here's my proposal. We'll pay you to provide us with a supplementary supply. Have a word to Sigget, and he'll load you up with whatever scrap materials you need. Yeah, had to take a quick break there because I couldn't wait anymore and I had to go rushing off to take care of that S rank before it was killed, so I did get there in time, thankfully. Alright, so the next quest is the Unbreakable Plate. Frigate feels the need to develop more robust armor plating. Our Rolling Tankard's meant to protect merchants from stray eaters and their ilk. They can't be dainty little 10 frogs now, can they? No, we need those tanks sturdy enough to shrug off the most monstrous of maulings. That's why we've been assigned a crew for developing new materials that can enhance our armor plating. If you're keen to add your talents to the mix, you'll find our chief supplier and his team out searching for potential resources over near Rediska's Round. And the last one is close to clear meltdown. Reget seems to have worked himself into a fury. Grrr, those good-for-nothing, slow-footed, heavy-hum sluggards are still not back from clear melt. I gave my lads permission to soak in the springs for a bell or two, but we're way past that now. I'll wager my grandfather's whiskers that all thoughts of work have evaporated with the steam. Speaking of steam, I think I feel some coming out of my ears. You have to go and get them. I'm liable to take a pickaxe to their lazy skulls if I go myself. Somebody's got some anger there. You're here to help with the more targets? Well, thank Watts Beard for that. I swear we're about to go start in on the ale casks. Take this lot. Should be enough to make 3 or 4 scrap metal dummies, but Ronet's automaton has more if you need it. As soon as they're ready, I want you to haul those targets over to the bombarder at the stay. You have no idea how much I appreciate your cooperation. So, let's start with the testing dummies. So that's done. Let's head off to Clearmelt first and warn those dwarves that they're in for a dwarven deck in here. Because if there's one thing I picked up about these dwarves, they really don't care about beating each other up. Especially if they're drunk. Oh, come on, you're still wearing the helm. Nothing like a strong blue after a bath. Back to work. Fine. The walk should slobber me up a bit. I still don't get the whole thing about wearing the helms. It's stupid. Ah, this is the life. Not for much longer. Eh? Reget sent you? Wait, how long has it been? Excuse me, mustache! Well, at least somebody there learned his lesson. Yeah, my skin's all tingling. I feel like a boiled egg. What do you mean time's up? Oh, bugger, Reget's going to crack my well-cooked head. Yeah, he looks a little bit sunburnt, too. That's one down, 2 to go. What is this? Hi-ho! You have that fresh supply of targets I ordered? Oh, I'll get this new firing range set up straight away. Keep 'em coming, lass. I don't know if that's a girl or not. I'm just saying it is just for convenience. And the last one. Where is it? Not up here. Down here. Hi-ho! You're that artisan Reget's been gabbing about, are you? Then get your tools out and whatnot ready, cause you're right on time to lend a hand. See, I've just had this empathy about alloys. Smelt me an ingot using these materials in the proper ratio, and we'll have ourselves a new metal component for reinforcing armor plates. Don't be afraid to ask for more resources should you need them. I don't bite. Otherwise, once you're finished, you can cart your creation straight back to Reget. We've a bit more digging to do. experimental plating components. Oh, okay, so this one has to be high quality. That won't be a problem. Good work, Claire. That should tide us over for a little while. At first we were using automata as targets, but it was a bugger of a job putting them back together after direct hit. Then we had Shigets screaming about the waste of perfectly good resources and such. No, to properly test cannon fire, you need a properly made dummy. And I reckon you're just the artisan to make them. I have no idea if he was referring to us as the... I have no idea if he was referring to the fact that we made the dummies, or if he was calling us the dummy. Our Master Crafter returns. What have you got for me then? Well, bugger me, I never even thought of trying something like that. We need to start testing right away. For the initial trial, we'll forge some nice plate armor using your new component, and then strap it onto a nice big Gladian lag. I'm hoping it withstands all the axe blows, cause that's when we get to break out the muskets. Boom, boom, boom. What? You didn't think I was serious, did you? We don't test like that anymore. Not since the accident. My thanks, Claire. Those limp-bearded layabouts finally got back. I understand, I do. After all, there's not a thrall alive who hasn't lingered over long in the secret springs of Mount Gog. When you're up to your earlobes in soothing hot water, anyone can forget the passing of time. But what I can't forgive is forgetting your bloody duties. Oh, I'll have those lads chained to their workbenches until every task they miss gets checked off the ledger. And then some. Bit harsh, but understandable. Alright, so we're just going to take a quick little trip back home just to see how our new little housing item looks. Alright, so here's how it looks. It's our very own little automaton. Oh, he's so cute. And when you click on him, he opens his mouth and you can actually see a little crystal inside. That's really quite clever. Alright, so I think I'll keep this little guy here for a little while. But I guess that's going to be it for right now. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed it and are looking forward to the next series of quests involving the dwarves. All I know for sure is whatever they have planned for us next, there's going to be hilarity ensuing. So until next time, everyone.